Yeah, they present a ton of challenges, and we're well aware of them. And I don't know what their status is in terms of who will be available for their games this weekend. But Mr. Dean, Colby Dugan, some of those guys make their equation a lot more difficult to solve. But obviously, we've seen it before. We reside in a league where there's good size and length and athleticism. So this would be a great test. I have a ton of respect for Chris Mack. I think he's literally one of the best coaches in the country, and they have a terrific staff. So they'll be well prepared for us. I think, honestly, John, though, I think like this is you want these games. They're hard for us to get, and next to impossible to get at home. So I do think it'll be a big test for us in terms of how we combat their size, and we got to be ourselves. Like you've seen us enough over the years. We are who we are. So like it would be nice if Josh and Isaiah were available, and again they're day to day, so we'll see. But we gotta make sure we do a good job of being Liberty, as well as kind of combating some of the things that they do well. And there's a plethora of those things.
You mentioned a little bit the difficulty of getting teams like this to come here, or just getting these games in general. And you talked about it a little bit the other night too. You're excited that they're actually coming here, and this is finally your chance in this tournament to get it here.
Yeah.
Just talk about what it means for your team to be able to get these early season tests. And at this time, the last few years you were going on the road. Now you get it on your home court.
Yeah, I mean this. I think Matt Roberts, College of Charleston AD, and Ferg, who's now with Coach Kelsey at Louisville. They were along with Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster at Field 68. They were kind of behind this, and Dusty May and I signed up for it because of the difficulty it is to get really good opponents in your own venue. And we were the ones that we were last on the schedule, so it seems like we've been on the road, and those back-to-back turns are kind of hard. The home team is the only one that doesn't have to partake in that. So, but I do think, again, for us, we want to challenge ourselves. One of the unintended blessings that is hard to kind of see when you're in it is when you play quality people in the non-conference, you get to find out what your team isn't. And like we try not to ever make fear-based decisions. So if we can get a quality opponent and schedule a series, that we started this year, or this Field of 68 event, like we're all in on those. It's uh, the way scheduling has evolved at the Division One level. The high majors have less and less of incentive, and I understand it. I get it. Like I'm not faulting them. If I was at one of those places, I'd probably have a similar scheduling model. But they're only scheduling quad ones and quad fours, and when you play in a mid-major league, it's very difficult to be anything but a two or a three. And because of that, there's a strong aversion for those programs not to schedule the mid-major opponents. So all that to say, like I'm glad like this is the culmination of this event, and who knows, we might start something again like this in the future.
What value is there as well for this event? I mean, you've got a couple of respected schools coming in here right off the bat, games
Yeah.
2 and 3 of the season, to know really quickly where you are and where you need to improve going forward.
Yeah, Eddie, like I said, like it exposes you. When you play against good coaches, really good opponents, like you get to see as much not only who you are, but what you need to work on, and that's healthy, especially we had to a really competitive mid-major event in Orlando, the ESPN event at Disney, and then in December we've got an NC State team. I think they scored 100 and something the other night. I'm like, oh man, I don't need to worry about that yet. And at Dayton, which is going to be playing to a tune of a sellout against another really good mid-major. So I think this is a win, and the fact that we get it at home, hopefully Flames Nation will come out and support us. I think there's a ton of value in it.
How difficult is it to prepare for a team like Charleston? I mean, I think in their opener they had 12 or 14 guys that played were
Yeah.
first year players. I don't think anybody that played in the game against you guys last year played in that game. But I guess that's kind of par for the course in college basketball these days. But so early in the season, playing a team like that with so many new faces.
Yeah, great question, John. Like it was similar for both of our scrimmages. like we didn't do much prep for our JMU scrimmage, but I think they had 11 new guys, and then Charlotte had 10 or 11. So I think, like you said, especially again at that mid level, there's a lot of rotation in your roster, and we've had the good fortune of being able to experience some retention, which we're blessed by, and I think our university affords us that opportunity, and not so much in the financial realm as much as what this place is about and trying to recruit missional fits for our program. That being said, the difficulty in like because Jalen Counter, like we're very familiar with him when he played at middle for Coach McDevitt. He looks a lot different for Coach Mack in a Cougar uniform. So although we have some historical data on him and maybe a little bit of knowledge because we've experienced playing against him, like he's a different player. He's really improved and fits tremendously well in their system, and he has different pieces. So I just again I think we are who we are. Like don't get me wrong, I believe in what Coach Bennett and his dad, the way they taught us defense, and we don't change much, but hopefully we're good enough to combat what will be a two really talented offensive and explosive teams.
We saw JJ Harper for the first time the other night. We're going to get a chance to talk to him here soon. It seems like an easy comparison to say he slots into the Javon Moffman role, I think. But what makes it different for him? Like, where is he different, and where does he impact his team in a much different way than just kind of the easy switch that it seems like he might be in that?
Yeah, Bryson, it's funny. Like I don't ever compare like this player to that player from like this. I want him to be like Javon because again, each team is different. Your group has a different identity every season, and JJ honestly, like when JJ came on his visit, I wasn't sure. Like he was coming off an Achilles injury. You know, JJ has some nonverbal cues that I had to learn. And man, you fast forward. That was in what March or April. You fast forward 6 months. I love that kid. Like he is an unbelievable individual. He is very sacrificial, not unlike Javon. He brings some different things to our group from a basketball standpoint relative to like how good of a cutter he is. He's an excellent defender. He can make threes, but he just wants to win the game. He is, and again, I think if there's a similarity of characters that we recruit, that we want that to be a part of their DNA. But you'll love talking to him. He'll be shy. Hey, I'm just telling you, like he probably won't eye contact much, and but if you get him smiling, he's got this $1 million smile that and he has a great sense of humility. So I'll be curious how long your interview lasts with him. I'm guessing the over under on that one is 5.5 minutes, and we'll see if you get longer than that.
How much did you know that about JJ before he came, the sacrificial nature? Because you're looking for guys that are a fit with that. And how much of that have you discovered since he arrived?
Yeah, he had a really good coach at West Lib. Coach Howlett's now at IU Indy. I'm not sure but he moved to the Division One level. And again, and when you're in the portal, you don't have the duration of time to build some relational equity that you do when you recruit a high school player. So I didn't know it about him. Honestly, guys, I'm still learning our team, but we do have a depth of authenticity in our relationship, and man, I just really value him. I said this the other night after the game. Like, man, you would think you would have been here for this is your fourth year because you're a lot like us, and wish we had some more time with him. But I'm going to take what I can get because my life's better because I'm around JJ Harper.
I feel like Colin Porter's probably gotten overshadowed a little bit throughout his career, primarily due to his teammates and backcourt teammates, Darius McGee first and now Cade Matheny. But having a guy like him that's been able to come in and start from day one as a freshman at an important position like point guard, how vital has that been to your team's success these past few years?
Yeah, John, not surprised that you bring that up. You can ask Bill Smith. I don't know if there's been a 4-year starter or player that started every game he's been here that I've coached. Georgie didn't start that long. Darius didn't. And I was at the Gabriel, my son. He's a GA for Kentucky, and we snuck into town to watch them against Purdue. And Matt Painter is someone I got a high regard for, a ton of respect, and developed an admiration for. So I watched him a ton. And Braden Smith is the best point guard in the country. I would tell you, I think Colin Porter is our version of Braden Smith. I think he's without a doubt the best mid-major point guard in the country. And I'm not trying to gas or whatever, but like that dude, and you're 1,000% right. Because of Talon Peter, Darius McGee, Kyle Rode, the list goes on. Like he gets so overshadowed. But man, he's had an unbelievable deposit in our winning equation, and I'd love him to death. Like I think he honestly should be talked about in the nation's top point guards. And again, I think because he's so selfless, and because of his height of 5'10", let me make sure I said that 5'10". I think he gets overlooked, but not by us. There's nobody in that locker room or that wears one of these Liberty basketball apparel that believes he's undervalued. Alan, you're over. You're saving it for the game day.
Coach, news came out just this week about Anthony Gill getting added to as an advisor to your staff. How much does that mean, and what type of role will he be in?
Let me just tell you the joy that fills my heart with the addition of AG in our basketball family is immense. Like he and Jenna, his wife, like it's why you coach, guys. Like to have the quality of relationship that AG and I share, and our families do life together, and to have him come on board. And again, he acquiesced my request to do it in any form possible. So he'll serve. I think we titled him a chief basketball advisor. Um, there's a lot of titles I could have given him, but he was agreeable to this one, and he'll serve mostly in a mentorship role, having a young man who really did have to go the hard road in order to get to the NBA. I mean, I remember when he sat out his first year at UVA after transferring from South Carolina. He was rehabbing an injury, then he came back. He was frustrated about maybe a limited role or not having as much opportunity to dream his biggest dreams, and he stayed the course. He modeled what it means to experience delayed gratification. Like he just kept doing what he was asked of. He gave the team what they needed. So his person and playing career will be exemplary in terms of what our guys get to experience. And having been to, I think, 4 different countries in order to get to the NBA, and now literally, I'll say the best description I can say about him. He's the best teammate that I've ever seen. And it started at UVA, and now you could go and talk to any Washington Wizards player or people that have experienced him, and you can watch the games. Like what he does is uncommon. So the fact that he's agreed to be a part of Liberty and its mission in our basketball program, huge win for us.
How much of bringing Anthony Gill on is falling in line with bringing in people that are familiar with your program and giving them a launch point to grow within Liberty basketball, whether that's former players or even people from the Tony Bennett side of things?
Yeah, well, we always say like family's not just represented in your blood relatives, but anyone that loves you unconditionally. So I think our program is pursuant of that unconditional love to not only extend it but to receive it. And if it's true, you can never give away what you don't possess. Like I hope I possess that sense of unconditional love and grace and family to all the people that come through our doors. So AG is someone that I know has a historical representation of that. And again, it's not unlike some of the people that have donned our uniforms. It's why I think Liberty is such a unique place, and why I hope we can continue to grow together.